Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144 chosen of the chosen few, especially my third degree chosen. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Akilahtextri in the divine energy essence of it all, aka celestial earth. I am that I am. Right from the celestial to the earth, as within, so without, as usual, reporting to you live within the 5D consciousness. And right now, I'm in front of my news box right now. You know, I don't watch the news. My news is nature. I get the news in nature. Nature brings the news. So I got my birds, I got my squirrels, I got the sun. I'm getting my light codes. I'm under my tree right now. Me and the tree, we kicking it, right? So I'm sharing this light. I got a fresh transmission, fresh off the pot. Just sat here with the light, with the sun. Literally was just sitting in the sun transcribing what I do, and said, okay, I'm gonna share this with you. Well, I was planning to come on anyway and, you know, say happy Soul Sovereignty Day. That's this day, right? This day. Ain't no independence, nothing. I don't do holidays and distractions. In my soul ascension, in our soul's ascension, for those whom I speak for that are within the soul tribe with me, like minds that are with me, those of us who are leaving the matrix and entering into the divine matrix, leaving mankind's matrix, all of that, right? I speak to you, right? To those who have ears to hear. We don't do these holidays. We don't do these holy days that are nothing but distractions. I've been on this tip since 2020 when I got my 2020 vision, right? So I'm sharing with you now a little bit of the download on this Soul Sovereignty Day. And not only that, it's Happy Soul Sovereignty in the middle of the Sirius gateway. Let's not forget that. See, we got to look at how things are somehow conveniently aligned, the distractions, so that we're not paying attention to the important things that we need to. And that we're in alignment. For those who are in divine alignment, for those who are fasting, find themselves fasting or in some type of detox, you're listening to your body, you're listening to your soul that's saying, hey, I need to process. If you are processing emotions, I need to process this light. I need to transmit the transmissions of light that are coming through, right? I need to listen to the messages in my angles of light as angels of light, for those who saw the last video. So before I go any further, let me remind us right now, if you made it this far, please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare, leave emojis. If you don't have anything to say, leave emojis. If you support this channel, like, don't do nothing you don't want to do. I don't solicit the people. I speak to those who are like-minded and who appreciate the information that this channel gives. So we want to keep the algorithms going, and we wanted to spread to reach those who are like-minded, who are also searching for this information, right? So the more that we work with the algorithms, I call it the energetic algorithms, which I really need to do even a video on that. Those who work with that, this is who we do this for, right? I do this for you and you, the 1 and 2 chosen few, the few that come through and do what we do. With that, let me do a little house cleaning. So the calendar, do not forget the 5D calendar at a 5D corner near you. Get to your 5D corner, right? For those who looking for a location, it's in you. It's in you. All right, you got to get to your expanded consciousness. As soon as you get to that 5D consciousness and you ready for the next level, and you ready for the 5D calendar to switch gears and shift your timeline, then you go ahead and get to that 5D corner, right? Which all you got to do is email, leave a comment and email. You'll see it in the description below. With that, also, I'm still doing detox to detach, right? For those of us who are wanting to detach, who need some kind of group accountability, it really does help, because we get to have accountability with one another. We're still within the first week. We've only had one meeting. So the intense part of it begins next week, Monday. So if you're interested, Like I said, I share this information. I'm not a hoarder of information. I share whatever it is that I have in whatever way that I can have it. So feel free to join that as well. The same thing with the calendar. At a 5D coin, go into your 5D shop and go ahead and link with the email that's in the description. All you got to do is find you to find me. Ew. So with that, let me get right into this Soul Sovereignty Day. Is there anything else I wanted? I know Spirit just gonna have its way and go where it want to go, because I know I have some things that have been coming up with Soul Sovereignty. Responsibility, some reminders that Spirit has, reminding us that we are in responsibility season, like we're in that season of accountability, responsibility, and retribution. So some may be feeling it, and it is according to our will. What we've done in the past to the present, what we're doing now, it is according to our will, but it is for the benefit of us in our ascension, because we cannot ascend unless we let go of some of this baggage and these misappropriations and so forth. So it has to be worked out. So let the energy help you work it out. All right, don't get mad at the divine. It's all a part of the divine plan. We got to learn to be willing to release. And when you're willing to release, you let go. I have one of the cards that I pulled that's called Willing to Release, and it's about letting go to the divine plan, surrendering completely to the divine plan. It's one of my 7 chakras oracle deck, and it's a crown chakra card, and it's the highest card actually in a deck that is at its ultimate, the highest part of the crown chakra, where it's just surrender and release to the divine plan, which takes a tremendous amount of, oh hey little squirrel, a tremendous amount, that's my 5D friends right there. It takes a tremendous amount of trust and faith. So trust thyself, know thyself, so that you can trust thyself, right? Another message that I was getting was it was another one besides responsibility. Oh yes, I got to talk about this. Maybe I'll talk about it towards the end, or just let Spirit guide. But right now in this season too as well, what I found myself even saying today is, I'm not dealing with the knowledge seekers anymore. Like, notice what I say, the seekers of truth, the sojourners of truth, not knowledge, right? And I'm not knocking knowledge, but there's a lot of knowledge gathering and collecting going on right now. There's a lot of knowledge just being spewed out there, and that too is a distraction. We're in the age of the knowing, and what happens is that parasitic energy is capitalizing on those who are awakening and don't really know where to go, but they're awakening and they want to step into their rightful place, right? So what happens is you have what I call these soul snatchers, this is why you got to be in your soul sovereignty. You got to own yourself, know yourself, because when you don't, or if you don't know yet, find someone who has a true heart vibrations, right? If they're not talking about helping you see the truth in yourself, if they're not talking about shadow work, if they're not talking about detaching, if they're just talking about information and information dumping, that is not the way to go. We gotta cipher this out. Like I feel like it's almost like I'm sick to my stomach with it. Like I'm sick of the information people that are just throwing knowledge around, right? And this is a shadow of the age of the Aquarian age. Let this be known. For those of you who are just collecting information just to collect, or to give and share information just to give, right? Without any recourse, without any practical application, right? Without any invitation for practical application, that is just throwing information around. And you too, as much as you are talking about 5D spiritual things, you too are a part of the database energy of the what I call the demonic database, or the parasitic opposition energy. You are a part of it unconsciously, and you don't even know it, because you think you're doing the right thing. And those are the dangerous ones right about now, and I'm seeing a lot of it. So be mindful of those who you see. Don't just sign up for anything. You know, people are, oh, I got a course here, I got this, that, and they are preying. Let me say this, they are preying on your energies. They are preying on you, those who are just waking up and looking for the next spiritual thing to go in, looking for the avenue or the way to 5D. please know it's not a location and it's not a destination. Do not let anyone walk you down that path into having you believe that 5D is a destination. It is a journey. It is an unfolding journey, like your soul unfolding journey. It is a part of your soul's expansion when you make that quantum leap, that you are able to enter into that shift. It's your own timeline shift that shifts you into 5D. This is the soul's sovereignty that I am speaking about. So on this day, while everybody's talking about, you might hear some stuff in the background, you might hear some fireworks while they out here gallivanting, as my mom would say, gallivanting and raising hell in distractions, right? While they are doing that, your souls are being reaped, right? You're missing the target. You're missing, as I said earlier, I was like, a lot of people are going to be chasing this knowledge and 5D is going to pass you by, right? Not literally, more like figuratively speaking. Literally, 5D is here. You cannot avoid 5D. You're in it whether you like it or not, right? But the expansion into 5D will pass you by, and you then would be like those dead souls that have to eventually fall off as Mother Earth is cleaning herself, and recycle yourself back in, if you can come back in, depending on what dimensional being that you are. Because as the Earth speeds up, there are certain beings that will not be able to enter back into this inhabited world at the level that it is at, right? It's almost like you have to be this tall to get on this ride. Like when your soul recycle back, you think, oh, I could come back, and it's like, before you left, you did not expand your soul's dimensional self to at least the fourth dimension, much less the 5D, right? So you come back as a 3D soul and trying to get in, and it's gonna be like, you're gonna have to go to that other world over there. That club down there will take you, right? So, you know, take it or leave it. But let me go ahead and share this download with you. I just felt like this was something that's been coming up, because I might touch back on it after I read this download, because I see a lot of it going around, like the whole Terrence Howard thing, the BET Awards, like it's just, and it's popping up heavy on your feed. Like it's no mistake that all of this stuff pops up at the time of, while we're in the Sirius gateway, at a time right after the summer solstice, where we're getting so much light codes. We lit. You know how they say we lit? We getting so lit right now. People don't even know how lit they getting with light. Right? See? Ancestors in the wind. I ain't lying. Blow, ancestors. Blow. Blow and let them know. Right? These distractions, we can't get caught up in it, because think about it. You get all these light codes, right? And then now you got the BET Awards and everybody, and it's so junk right now, right? I watched it. It was like I had to detox my mind. I didn't watch the whole thing. I mean, like clips, certain clips that come up on your feed. Like I can't watch that junk. It's like junk food. It's like junk food that make your stomach hurt after you eat it. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that. Oh, I shouldn't have watched that. I watched something that it was like a headache. I wanted to tear it out of my sight after I saw it. It's like, you know, and no judgment, but truth is truth, right? Those are distractions, and the energies are using those to distract you. So you go ahead and get your light codes on summer solstice and all of that. We enter into the Sirius gateway, all of this energy that's popping, all this light that's just lighting up. And then you get distracted by these menial, what do I call it? Like mediocre, you know, types of drama, interplay. Like, come on. So it's just that. It's a lot of information thrown around. Those are the two things I'm seeing. A lot of information thrown around, and a lot of, excuse the helicopter, and a lot of distractions. A lot of those distractions, the information being thrown around, are distractions too. Do not just take everything. You know, put some things down, process what you need to process for you. I would listen to things that are aligning with you in this moment. Don't try to grab everything. right? Things will come in increments and at due time when you are ready for the next unfolding thing. Don't just soak up everybody's knowledge, right? Listen to somebody that says something that resonates with you. Your guides are guiding you. Your angels of light are guiding you. Listen to those messages, right? And they will find you. Pay attention to things that keep repeating itself and popping up on your phone, and you keep passing it by like, okay, if I see it the third time, all right, 3 times a charm. You might need to listen to this. That message might be for you, right? I'm not talking about the message that say, if you see this, this is for you. But if it's something that it just keep kind of tugging at your soul, it might just be for you. Anywho, Soul Sovereignty Day. So here's the download, right? On this day, we activate our higher self soul consciousness to align with the light codes from the summer solstice and Miracle Day. That's another Miracle Day. Footnote that, park that up somewhere, because I'm going to have to unfold some information about Miracle Day, right? So to align with the light codes from the summer solstice and Miracle Day, as well as the Sirius gateway, which we are in now from 7-3 to 7-7. We are to take full advantage of our intercommunication as we transit through the Stargate portals of time-space reality in our elevated crystalline light bodies, right? So those of you who understand know about the crystalline light bodies. We are to take advantage of this, right, as we're transiting through this Stargate portal. We are changing at a cellular molecular level in our soul's ascension through our multidimensional soul self and receive the require. I can't read my own handwriting. I was writing fast. All right, so let me say that again. We are changing at a cellular molecular level in our soul's ascension through our multidimensional soul self and require the focus on our light to transit and process our angles of light to receive the messages of this 5D shift, right? It's always a shift. We're constantly shifting right now. So every timeline opportunity, every timeline shift, every quantum leap opportunity, portals, the Sirius gateway, all of this, any opportunity where we gain more light is an opportunity to quantum leap and to shift in our own timeline that is causing us to ultimately shift into the 5D consciousness, to be a part of the 5D shift as we shift in time. All right? Time is an illusion, y'all. Distractions are being delivered in volumes, y'all, to delay your soul transit and default your transmission, right? The mission in transit. What I call the transmission is what I call the mission in transit, right? So in order to, and let me say that again, distractions are being delivered in volumes to delay your soul transit and default your transmission or mission in transit in order to maintain confusion and keep the chaos that distorts the collective memory complex system, right? We're all a part of a memory complex system. The soul synapses, all of that is a memory complex system. This distortion of memory is the illusion that attempts to hold the old paradigm in place by keeping everyone in a mind state of lack driven by fear-based feelings, right? Greed, jealousy, loneliness, competition, comparison, and etc. Like all of that sounds to me like these award shows, right? These, especially the BET award shows, like it solicits greed, jealousy, right? Have people looking at, oh, look at that, I wish I had that, or I want more of that. It solicits that, it ignites and incites that silently, right, in the souls of those who do not feel complete and whole within themselves, right? Whether they're admitting it to themselves or not, it is secret. It's in the secret vaults of their soul. That's why I tell people, look at the secret vaults within the secret vaults of your soul. We all have them. Y'all saw Inside Out? Those of you who saw Inside Out, which I just did today, took my children to see it. And those of you who saw Inside Out, like we got to pay attention. We got to pay attention to the messages. That when they took all of the feelings and put them in the vault. And when I saw that vault, I said, that's the vault I've been talking about. The secret vault. our secret faults and the secret vaults that are deep, 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 deep down in there, so you don't readily remember it. It's not in your conscious phase of mind, right? And these are what lie there, right? Fear tell lies in the dark, and these are fear-based thoughts. Greed, loneliness. Yes, sitting there feeling lonely, and then when you watch these things, it's like, oh, I want a friend to go to a show with, or I want, like, you know, you start to live vicariously through these things that you are seeing with vain images. This is why we have to focus with what we see in our insight, what we behold in our divine self, right? So all of these things, right, driven by fear-based feelings, these are all the fear-based feelings. The goal of a soul sovereign is to step out of the human matrix and infuse with the divine matrix. Yes, there is a such thing as a divine matrix. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater and talk about, I'm getting out of the matrix. No, get out of their matrix and get into the divine matrix, because there is a divine matrix. There is a whole labyrinth, divine labyrinth, and a divine matrix. And those of you who know, everything is not linear. Everything is not so one-dimensional. You know, it's multi-dimensional, multi-complex, right? And it is a divine matrix. Where we think they get the matrix from in the first place, right? They always mimicking the divine. Those opposition energies, those parasitic energies. Where do you think they get their matrix from? They ain't that bright. They're not omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. The divine is equally present everywhere, always, infinitely, and eternally. So this is a divine matrix. The fact that you're going through this lifetime, the multiple lifetimes that you have gone through, you returning as an ancestor in your bloodline from ancient times and back again, right? This is all a part of the divine matrix of your soul self. So it's a chance to step out of the human matrix. I say all that to say that again. Step out of the human matrix and get into the divine. The souls who are sovereign are the ones, you know, the one like Neo, are the ones who are practicing detachment in all manners of their life. Ego detachment being the major and the main one. Ego detachment is what mainly blocks the crown. So you see, I mentioned the crown again. Willingness to release requires detaching from the ego, the personal ego, the personal attachment or ego attachment, right? Detachment from traditions, foods, money, time, and old concepts that no longer serve the higher soul self. These are all the detachments that we must be practicing, right? We can't be gaining light, gaining information from the light, yet still holding on to the old, right? So the soul sovereign is ruler of their own and do not subscribe to the laws of this land in man, but instead to the laws as principles of spirit in this earth. Spiritual laws, spiritual principles that hold the mathematical, geometrical, numerological, all of that, the logos, all of the formulas that we need to traverse through this time. All the codes are there, right? But we have to be willing to detach and not subscribe to the laws of this land in man, right? I'm not saying be disrespectful, and you know, people like to argue that we got to obey the laws of the land. No, we don't. I obey the spiritual laws, the laws of spirit in this earth. This earth is the land, not the land in man, but the land in the divine. All right? We have become, we have be as in, I put it be as in be evolved. We have behold, to become, all right, to live in align with the cosmic design. All right, let me say that again. We have become to live in align with the cosmic design of true oneness throughout space and time. We are the sovereign ones. Woo! Put that in all caps exclamation mark, exclamation mark. We are the sovereign ones. Happy Sovereign Day. So on this day, the reason why I do this is not to have an alternate to these holidays. For those of you who get the calendar, you will see when I explain in there, you'll see in the explanatory part of the holidays how we are counteracting. See, this calendar is not just a calendar to tell you what day is what and where. It's a calendar to help us. It's a practical application tool to also help us transit, to quantum leap, to move our soul. This is a forward movement in the consciousness expansion that expands us into 5D. This is very practical. Right, so it helps that when these holidays come, because some people don't know how to do, well, you know, you've been doing this all your life and you don't really know how to break out of it. So in there, I put in there tools through, you know, downloads that I've gotten, practices I've been doing, especially for the past 2 years since I've been in the 5D independence, ever since we have 5D Independence Day, right? And those who don't know, please find out. Please know. This is another reason why I don't celebrate this. I mean, I never was into it anyway, because it's their holiday, not ours, right? Our melanated ones, we know this is not our day, right? But I don't need to even go into that. It's not our day, period, if you are in the 5D, right? So it has, for every holiday, I counteract the distraction of that holiday. This is how I was guided, and I share it in the calendar. I counteract every holiday. So, and I started doing this in 2020, 2 years before I even knew a calendar was coming. This is how I know Spirit was already preparing me. My ancient ones, my guides, my celestials, my galactic family, all of them was already preparing me, because I got up 2020 and was like, no more. I could not bring myself to celebrating holidays anymore with what I saw going on, right? It just didn't make sense. And I believe I called it my instead of Independence Day, independence for me, like my soul's independence, because it's all about the soul. So now I've come to seeing the sovereignty is what we are really going for. Our soul's sovereignty, to be rulers in our own universal mind, in our mind's consciousness. Only when you realize that you are the master of your life, world, and affairs can you master yourself. Self-mastery, right? We can't have self-mastery when we are enslaved to the other dogmas, right? To the other traditions, to the old, right? When you are enslaved and have not broken out of that mental prison. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, as Bob said. Until you do that, there is no self-mastery, right? So it's a practice. This is not something we talk about and just say, hey, yeah, 5D, I know that. It is a practice. For those who know your whole life is changing. Those who are feeling it, I know you know what I'm talking about. You don't have the same friends. You don't even have the same family members. Although you're still related, they're not your family members. As I've been saying, my family members are my associates in life. Just like you go to work and you have associates, they are my associates in life. And yes, we've contracted to come here. We have all kind of soul contracts. There's a reason why we're interfacing with those who we're interfacing with, cosmically, soully, dimensionally, on so many levels. There's a reason why you are choosing that, and it's all to help you in your personal soul growth, as well as to be a part of this collective dynamic soul growth, the soul of the earth. So this soul sovereignty, we're speaking of sovereignty in our earth, in our life, world, and affairs, right? In our imagination faculty, where you image the nation that you form, right? And bringing all this into reality. It doesn't matter what the next man is doing. Jump out. You're not in the same timeline with them. They're not in the same timeline with you. There is no need to compare or compete. There is no competition, right? Especially if they're in 3D. There is no competition. How do you compete with somebody in 3D? That's like competing with the kindergartner, right? Not diminishing anyone, right? I just have to call it like it is. It's like when you want to have competition with a child, a baby. It's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. You're wasting your time. right? And if you're truly maturely in 5D, you'll realize there's no competition there either, because it's unity frequency. It's the love frequency. There's no need to compete, because we live in the mind state of abundance and not the mind state of lack. These are the codes we want to subscribe to. Get your light codes. You see, I'm sitting in the sun. I position myself where the light can hit me somewhere. As I said in a previous video, go to the 4 corners of the earth. Wherever there are 4 elements, it's the 4 corners of the earth. Get in that. Sit with that. And soak up your light codes, right? Get into this. Don't let the Sirius gateway pass you by, right? If you remember, let me remind us of this. I think it was a year, maybe 2 years ago. CERN, they opened up CERN. On what day? On 7/5. 7/5 is the peak of the Sirius gateway. It's from 7/3 to 7/7. Right? Look it up, look at it, do your own research, and research the Sirius gateway. I know I'm from Sirius. Like, I just know. So some star seeds are from there, and so there is a lot of intercommunication right now, especially if you're fasting and detoxing. It's clear communication, and we have the advantage of still being close to the summer solstice, where the that one got me. I know camera had to even catch. I'm not editing that. You're gonna catch me jumping. See, this how you know I'm not in alignment. Like, this other stuff happened, it's like woo, that's outside of my alignment. I do not align. That one had my heart. Anywho, yeah, Sirius is like, I know that's where you know, my star seed. I can't speak for everybody else, but since I was a little girl, I've been able to find a star. And I didn't know nothing about stars or the things I know now, but I was always looking, you know, for those line of stars, and like it's home. Like, ooh, there go the girl with the skirt. That's what I used to call it. By the surrounding stars. That's what I called it. The girl with the skirt. So I know there is a connection there. And so for those of us other star seeds, we make that's what I was going to say. Either you're from there or you come through there. You may come from somewhere else. Other star seeds, whatever you may call them, Arcturians, Lyrians, all of that, right? We have a wide universe, but somehow there's a big deal with the Sirius star, the Sirius gateway, and I get, you know, little hits and information about that as well. So, but I don't want to go too deep into that, but to share with us that we are to position ourselves and do what needs to be done. Posture your heart and position yourself to detach and to place yourself in alignment with the light codes. When you go to bed, you know, speak to your higher self. Allow your higher self to unveil what it needs to unveil to you. This is a time to go within. If you got yourself caught up in any of these distractions, and remember, as I said, it's letting us know that the distractions are being delivered in volumes right now. See, I ain't lying. The wind picked up in volumes to delay. All right? The wind just picked up right now even more. It's like the ancestors want us to know. Be mindful of that delay. Volumes of delay. Right? To have us in distortion, in chaos. To have us default. Right? So imagine the things that your mind have been on lately. Don't think you could do it both. Don't straddle the fence. That's what I'm hearing in the warning. Don't straddle the fence. Let go of those distractions. If you found yourself getting caught up in it, okay, fine. Don't beat up on yourself. Take a deep breath. Let it go. And then pick up your light. Find the 4 corners. Spend the rest of this time getting in tune with self, with soul self, which tomorrow 7/5 is 7/5. It's the new moon in Cancer. So whatever we had experienced with the full moon, and I'll speak more about that tomorrow. I'll do a full moon you know, video with the double full moon in Capricorn that we've been having. I'll do a new moon, is what I meant to say, a new moon in Cancer video. The new moon is in the middle between these 2 full moons, as we are in the window, in the doorway, in the box, however you want to look at it, from the 2 full moons in Cancer. Not Cancer, Capricorn. the 2 full moons in Capricorn that we're having that are highlighting the responsibility, the accountability, and oh yes, the retribution. So whatever has been shown to you from the last full moon, it is bringing it, kiss and makeup, it is bringing it into the alignment with the Cancer, with the Cancer house, emotions. The moon is about emotions, Cancer is emotional. So now, if you had done your work, you'll be able to withstand these emotions. But, you know, I digress. Let me not go into that too deep. So with that, I share that with you all to have a happy soul sovereignty day, right? True independence is being in your soul's sovereignty and not sitting in a told independence onto you that is told from somewhere else. That's not even true. Truth be told, they're not independent either, okay? It's a reform. They still belong to the crown. I'm just saying. So, but you know, I don't like to get too caught up in civil affairs when we got a lot of spiritual things happening. We got a lot of light body action that is happening, and information is coming in faster than I can kind of get it out, because I have some videos that are like kind of backed up, like conversations that needed to be had. So topics that I needed to go over, I'm doing my best to, you know, keep up with them. So with that, enjoy your soul sovereignty. Enjoy talking to your higher self, your higher soul. Enjoy stepping into the Sirius gateway from the 3rd to the 7th, and enjoy especially the peak on the 5th, right? Well, we don't care about what they did with CERN, but I didn't bring that up because a good thing. It's just notice how they use these dates to do what they want to do. So obviously it is a powerful date for them to use the 5th. So why don't we use the 5th and power up in our soul sovereignty? Now put on your crown. Divine ones, okay? Infinite ones, 3rd degree chosen ones. You know who you are. So with that, love you all. Remember the calendar. Remember Detox to Detach. It's all going to be in the description if you want to contact me. Anything else? Yes, and if you made it this far, again, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. Right? Leave some celebration. Poo-poo, toot-toot. Leave some crowns for the soul. If you're leaving any emojis, let's leave some crowns for the soul sovereignty, the rulership of our soul. Right? Let's leave some toot-toot celebrations. Yeah, y'all ain't get me this time. I know it's about that time, so I'm going to go before they get cranked up in here. Hello, Blue Jay. Ooh. So love and light to you all. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light. Good day, good day.